So the first skill is exposing the opportunity. And I'm saying at the beginning, your upline director will do it as you watch. If it's a presentation, he will do the presentation as you watch. So you have to be very keen and deliberate to listen and see how he's doing it. Then the second time, your upline director will do part of the presentation as you do the other part of the presentation. He will involve you. So you are doing it together. But the third time, you are the one who will do everything as your upline director watches. Of course, he will give you feedback on where to improve and such like a thing. So now you are learning how to expose your business. Now there is exposing, there is explaining, and there is asking. Explaining is deeper. Exposing is more like prospecting. You go to church and you go with your opportunity. You know, you don't go out to prospect, you prospect when you go out. So as long as you've gone out, you are busy prospecting. So you expose your opportunity anywhere, everywhere. Be it products, solution to issues, or be it opportunity for people to join your business. So there is no specific time that you will say, now this is the time to prospect and to share the opportunity. No, it's anywhere and everywhere. And I like that kind of thinking, that even when I'm driving and I'm with some friends, I will share with them the opportunity wherever I go, in church, in meetings, wherever. Then explaining is, you know what you should say. Somebody said, we are fond of saying what we shouldn't and withholding what we should. Please be sure of what should you share when you are sharing the opportunity with others. First, be very good in listening. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that you listen as twice as you talk. So you talk less, listen more. So that when you start explaining the concept you want to explain, you are addressing the need of your prospect. That's very powerful. You don't want to tell someone who is really stressed of cancer and you are busy telling them about how they can be millionaires in the grave. No. Now for asking, we explain the business by asking questions. And the most powerful question that we always ask is, if I could show you, would you? If I could, would you? If I could show you a product that will boost your immunity in 20 days by that 7%, would you be willing to listen to that or to learn more? If I could show you an opportunity that will give you additional income on part-time basis, would you be interested to hear more? Right? So asking helps you to know where to start when you are talking to prospects. But I want to widen that to not only asking our prospects questions, but generally in our opportunity, you need to ask for the way. Even to your upline, you need to really ask them where you don't understand. Don't assume that you understand the business. So asking is very, very important. I would look at it as being inquisitive, wanting to know. And that's a trait of a teachable person, someone who really wants to learn the business. There's a book we've always talked about, your first year in network marketing, which really says that in your first 1 year, you need to learn as much as possible, even if you're not earning anything. Although I encourage you to make sure that you start earning from day one. Earning can be in profits or in bonuses. So for profits, start making profits from day one. Then start earning bonuses from the first month moving forward. Now, there are a couple of things that we must eliminate as senior managers if you are to become directors and beyond. The first thing is eliminate fear I always say fear comes from the devil. It's not the will of God that you be fearful. It's actually cast in the Bible, it's rebuked in the Bible. People fear things that will never happen. And the greatest fear that people have is when they are talking to strangers or even their friends. And what do they fear? I may want to ask us, maybe chat down there. What in our business, what do you, or you, if it's in the past, what did you fear most in our business? When you joined the business, what was your greatest fear? I would love to see that in a few seconds. That doesn't take a lot of time. And I would be very happy to see anyone chatting. What did you fear most when you started the business? I don't want to tell you my fear because you might start copying me. Anyone in the meeting? If you don't chat, then you're not in the meeting because everyone must have some fear when you started the business. Yes, maybe rejection by people or customers. Oh, you can be sure that is common to everyone. Talking to people. Why were you fearing, Sylvia, talking to people? I'm sure more or less it's what Bocci has written, being rejected, because you're like, what if I talk to them and they reject, they don't accept what I'm telling them? Any other fear? You know, but that's the greatest. I'll ask Pieros to share on our walls, if not yet done, a clip that was done by Louis Smith, a Diamond director in the US. He really loves talking about rejection. Very, very, very powerful. Alice, though she's written as a Galaxy Note 8, will the people listen? You know, fearing, will they listen? Let me use those three as representation of the major fears. You see, if you want to overcome fear, the first thing you ask yourself is, what is the worst case scenario? For example, if I talk to Kangede and Kangede doesn't even respond back to me, or they don't accept what I've told them, what is the worst case scenario? Now, if it's Mary Bosch, for example, if Kangede doesn't buy your idea, do you become now, you are no longer Mary Bosch, you are Jane Kanini? Does that cut your salary? Does it reduce your salary where you're employed? Does it reduce you in any way? No. You know, Angela Maya says that things may come and change you, but they should not reduce you. For sure, when someone says no to your opportunity, they may, for some time, change your feeling. You might not be so happy, but never allow that to reduce you. So if you want to overcome fear, first remember it simply stands for false expectation appearing real. Nothing real is there. Number two, no one is rejecting you. They are rejecting the opportunity you are giving them to change their own life. Okay? So all the fears that we have are usually of no basis. Rachel was fearing people wondering whether the business is genuine or it's another scam, you know, all that. For that, just remember that you have the best opportunity on earth, this planet Earth, and you have what they want. I love that part. What you have is what they badly want or need. Let's say they need. They may not even know that they need it, but they badly need it. Only that they don't know. So much to talk about fear. What about envy? You know, envy is, well, this can be looked at from two perspectives. It's okay to admire someone who is very successful. But the envy we are talking about here that should be eliminated is I would call it, being jealous. But if you are wishing that you can be so like so and so, and you work very hard, for example, who would wish to one of these days be where I am? I mean, your hands all should be up. So that doesn't, and if you tell me, hey, just what I envy you, that's a positive thing because you want to be where I am. But if you want to, like it happens in the politics, to eliminate somebody so that you take their position, now that is where it's evil. Actually, you use a lot of negative energy. All right. And greed. Greed, mostly we look at it in our business in terms of when you are dealing with your downlines, the people you have brought to the business, and you use mischievous strategies when you are dealing with them, so that you are looking at how do I benefit from the people I'm bringing instead of them benefiting from why you brought them into the business. A very good example, we are all senior managers here. For you to become a director, what you need to do is to help as many of your downlines to become senior managers like you. Irene from Zambia, I'm happy to see you in the call. We really want you to become a director in Zambia. So let me use you as an example. Irene sponsored 2 people last month. I know this month she will sponsor many more than 2. So now the 2 people you brought, you should be asking yourself, how do I guide them and mentor them so that they can become senior managers like me, and so that they can start earning bonuses like myself? But the negative part of it is, if you are doing it so that you benefit, automatically you will benefit, but that should not be the main thing. So what I've seen is some people will even mislead their downlines to do X, Y, Z so that they themselves can benefit. That is not long lasting. Okay? That is not long lasting. So do everything that will help others, and that way what you want, you'll get it very, very easy. 3 things that we must develop, skills that we must develop. But the first one is courage. Courage. Going for what you want to achieve at all costs. Pushing through for your dreams. Daring to try out things. That is what courage is. You dare to try out things. You dare to talk to people that you were initially not so sure of whether to talk to them. You see, like we said, you should be looking for people who are at your level or above. At your level or above. But you see, without courage, you will be looking for people who are below your level. Anyone who can identify with what I'm sharing here. If you are looking for people who are below your level, just because it's so easy, I mean, they are your juniors, they might not build a very big business. But when you are looking for people who are at your level and above, it means they are also going to bring people who are at their level or above. And that will give you entrepreneurs who have muscle. Okay? So courage is very, very important. The second one is compassion. It's more or less the opposite of what we talked about, greed. Compassion. We are in a mission to make the world a healthier and a happier place. Is that not compassionate? We want to touch people's lives. So you must really love people sincerely if you are going to build a business that will last forever. So compassion, wanting to change people's lives. And the last one and the most important of all is commitment. If you are not committed, and we call it commitment beyond repair, then you will not become a director, and you may not go beyond director if you become one. Okay, so think about those skills every day and you practice them. Don't just think about them, but also practice them. All right, so now, as senior managers, we really must master the compensation plan. We used to call it marketing plan, but it's the same book called the compensation plan. This one, you need to learn it in and out so that you can maximize on it. Of course, there are those terminologies like PV, point values, which are the same all over the world. For every product, they're the same. The personal points are the points you buy in your own account, whether it's for your own use or for customers. Team points. This is actually what we call qualified points. Right. So in the book, you'll see qualified point values. But basically, it's just the team point, your points and your team points. This is where we want you as a senior manager, if you want to become a director and establish a very big and strong business and consistent business, please don't go this way alone. By all means, at all costs, build a team. Do all what you can. Engage your upline director to make sure that by all means you build a team. And not just a team. I've seen some people sponsoring people who are just purely customers. It's okay, but let me tell you, if you want to build a very big business, you must look for entrepreneurs, business builders, people who are joining the business to run with it, with a vision of becoming a president team member one day. They are building the business to earn some good additional income. Those people will not just take you to director and beyond. BV, bonus volume, is usually a constant. You'll see it in our price list. It's used when you are being paid, when your bonus is being computed. The amount of money you earn before you produce a director in your team, we call it sales volume bonus. Sales volume bonus. This is the amount you earn from your own personal points and the points from your team, but only those who are not yet directors. Because if in your team you have a director, you don't earn sales volume bonus from that director. You earn what we call leadership development bonus. So the chart you are seeing here is based on a sales volume bonus just for your team members who are not yet directors. If you have 250 points, PV, even if you are not a manager, especially from this year, actually, initially you wanted to be a manager. But now, even if you're not a manager and you do 250 points, personal or with your team, as long as your own points are more than 100, you are paid at 3%. 505%, this is a manager. 1,000, that's senior manager, 10%. 2,000, that is executive manager, 15%. 3,000, that's still executive manager, 20%. 4,000 points, that is director, 25%. And that is the highest percentage in the sales volume bonus. Then now from there, you'll be earning sales volume bonus plus leadership development bonus if you produce a director. Right. Of course, we know how to become a senior manager. We are all senior managers. But let's remember this, that unlike some incentive we had some time back where you would do 500 personal points and you become a senior manager, today you must have 1,000 points, you and your team, to become a senior manager. If you have 500, that is manager. So the easiest way of becoming a senior manager is to have a team so that you are getting at least minimum 100 points, but then you get the other points from your team. right? And this is important as we help our distributors and managers to step up to senior manager. Why should you become a senior manager? You get benefits that other distributors and managers have. Then you are paid at 10%. And then you are recognized as that at that level. You attend senior managers training like the one we had at KICC last Saturday, and you get a senior manager pin. Executive manager is 2,000 points. This is very important today than even there before. It's very critical to become an executive manager, because when we go to the next slide, we'll be talking about how to become a director, and you realize that executive manager is a prerequisite to becoming a director. So as an executive manager, 2,000 points, you're earning everything that senior managers are earning. And then sales volume bonus is at 15 to 20%, right? And then you attend executive manager trainings. Then you are now one step to becoming a director, right? So very, very important, so that you become a director immediately and you get an executive manager pin. I saw one of our new executive managers. I don't know whether he's in the call. That is Engineer Muga and Pamela. By just becoming executive managers, they got a bonus of 31,000 besides their profits. You see, so it's a good step to start at as you prepare yourself to become a director, right? So every senior manager here, let's work to become an executive manager this month of February, if not a director. If you're a senior manager in this call and you agree with me that this is your month to become an executive manager, please chat yes. Yes. And you say the yes from your heart. 2,000 points is possible because we have all the time remaining. You just need to go crazier in prospecting, in presenting, in recruiting people. We call it sponsoring, and it is coming. I can see many, many yeses coming through. May God really honor that. May God respect that. He fulfills the desires of our hearts. Right. Very, very, very important. And congratulations to all our executive managers in the month of February. Well done. Then the next thing is now becoming a director from there. There are two ways of becoming a director. Grace, mute yourself. There are two ways of becoming a director. The first one is the one in the compensation plan. And it's the normal one. This other one here is an incentive. So it must not be there in 2024. So let's take advantage of it this year while it's there. But the one that never changes is the first one, director. And this was the only way in our times, where you first become a senior manager with 1,000 points. Step 2, you accumulate 10,000 points in a period of 6 months, including the first month you became a senior manager. You make sure that in those 6 months, or less if you are becoming a director in less than 6 months, there's no 1 month you don't have 100 personal points. And then the last one, which is not there, is the last month you're becoming a director, you should have 4,000 points. That is how you become a fully qualified director in the normal way. That one, if you are very, very fast, you can become a director in 2 or 3 months. But sometimes it goes to 5 months, 6 months, 7 months, and all that, which is equally good. But then, this second one here, you see, now this second one here is meant to help you become a director in your 2nd month or 3rd month, by all means. And I want us to take full advantage of it. This is what it entails. Become an executive manager, then the following month, you do 4,000 points. Of course, you must always have 100 personal points. It is that simple, no other requirement. Imagine, no other requirement. If I were you starting the business now, or regardless of where you are, but I started my journey to director this month, this is exactly what I would do. If I'm not an executive manager, in the month of February, I would become an executive manager. That is 2,000 points. And then as I do that in the course of February month, because I know I want to become a director in March, guess what I'll be doing this current month of February that I'm becoming an executive? I'll be sponsoring, sponsoring like crazy. Not just because of this month, but because next month I must do 4,000 points. So I need a big, dynamic, vibrant team next month. So this month I sponsor a lot so that I get the 2,000 points with my team. But then next month from the word go, the current team and myself will sponsor many others so that by the end of the month of March, we have 4,000 points that month of March alone. And that is how you become a fully qualified director in your second month. That's very doable by anyone who is hungry for success. Right? So let's go for it. Let's go for it. The benefits for becoming a director are just as many as you can see there. Sales volume bonus of 25%. That translates to 50 up to 100,000 Kenya shillings. Then if you have directors in your team, you are paying some percentages from them, depending on where the directors are in your organization. That's a little bit complex. Let's not go into details of that. Then today, something which is not captured here, in 2023, we have 6,800 Kenya shillings incentive on top of your bonus if you become a director. And in your second month or third of becoming a director, you do 250 personal points and 4,000 QPVs. Then the recognition at director level, you all know that it's at another level. And then you get the PIN, written director, and a lot of recognition. We take you for dinners in 5-star hotels. Like our new directors, we'll be taking them to Sarova Stanley on the 11th of March next month. And then we'll also, when you become a director, I am happy to announce this. You become a director this month, will also take you to Movenpick Hotel. At the rooftop, there is a rotating hotel. When you are taking your dinner up there with your partner, in 2 hours, you'll have viewed the entire Nairobi 360 degrees. Imagine, that food will definitely even be more enjoyable. Okay? Very important. So your number one weapon to going to director and beyond, as I mentioned, is your attitude. You must have that attitude of possibilities. Committing that it doesn't matter how things are now. One thing I know is that I'm becoming a director this month. And never push your director step too far in the future. The future is not yours. The past is gone, you can't do anything about it. It's about today, what you are doing today. Then the attitude of handling objections, don't make them personal, and rejections, of course, you don't make them personal. The difference between objection and the rejection is that rejection is where they are saying no, but objection, they are just trying to show you another way of looking at the same thing. Objection is not as bad as rejection. They just want more clarity. Okay. Skepticisms, many human beings are skeptical, especially because people have lost money in different things. They don't want to lose and gain. That's why they are skeptical. But maintain your positive attitude. Have or develop what you call thick skin, rhinoceros skin that cannot be pierced by simple discouragement. Then handle your lows, especially if your bonus is not as high as you expected. Have the courage to handle the low seasons. for your business. And remember, we say this, when you are down, you learn more than when you are up. And when you are down, make sure you pick something that you'll always remember, that when you are down, you never wasted your time. In any case, we say if things are very tough, you are going through hell, the most important thing to do is continue going, continue walking, don't stop. If you stop in hell, you get burned. So actually you should walk faster so that you get out of it. Then work on yourself harder than you work on the job, just to quote Jim Rohn. Work on yourself a lot. A lot. At senior manager level, when you're becoming a director, you really must work on yourself a lot. Reading the right books, working closely with your director, training very hard. I see some senior managers missing this kind of a training, and I'm like, what? Really? Are you serious? There are some senior managers who are not in this call, and you wonder how they expect to succeed. Then you take full charge of your team and the leadership. If you have a team of 3, nurture them, help them to grow, and make sure that you are giving them direction. A very good example that I've given you deliberately there is the Superstars Team Convention registration. These are some of the marks that we use to check on your leadership and whether you're taking charge of your team. First of all, is there anyone in this call who has not registered for the convention, 11th of March? Anyone who has not registered for the Superstars Team Convention? Then let's call a spade a spade. Your leadership is wanting. I mean, you are not serious, you are not serious at all. Because if you cannot attend that kind of a convention, then you are a follower, not a leader. Am I being too tough on that? Hope not. But then, if you have a distributor in your team, it is your responsibility to make sure that they sponsor, rather they attend the convention, they register for the convention. So if you have not registered or you have downlines of not registered, I forgive you, but don't accept to go to bed before that one is done. If you have meetings in your local area, be the one taking full responsibility. For example, I can see Grace Kerubo. She's quite responsible when there are meetings in Kisii. And Grace, by the way, you need to join hands with likes of Alice, Samuel, the one written Galaxy Note 8. She's in Nairobi, yes, but sponsoring massively in Kisii. Join hands at the Build in Kisii dynamic businesses there. But the point is this: if there is a meeting there, you don't expect that maybe if Josephat is coming to support your PROs, that they are the ones to come and organize the meeting. They are the MC, so that PROs MCs, Josephat, and Josephat does the presentation. Oh no. You take full charge, okay? You are 100% involved in the meetings, okay? So basically that is what we are saying. And I want to mention something, one more thing as we wind up, and that is the current incentive, the incentives that the company has brought about. That is this one here. I know we've talked about it so much, and I want to congratulate those who are achieving this. We are saying that if you are a distributor in your first 3 months, you can take your business to manager, then to senior manager, then to executive manager. And if you do that and you're sponsoring, you've sponsored 6 people in the process within those 6 months, and they have more than 100 points each, the month of joining, then you are earning 7,000 Kenya shillings in addition to your bonus. Now, since all of us here are senior managers, I'll not talk about manager, but anyway, as you develop your new distributors, encourage them to step up to manager, 500 points, but at the same time, let them sponsor 2 people minimum with 100 points. I would say let them sponsor 3 with 100 points, so that they can get the free product that the company is giving out and the credit points. And automatically they will earn 1,100 for stepping up to manager, as long as they have 2 people with 100 points. Then the following month or the same month, they can now step up to senior manager and they earn 2 more people, 1,000 points in total with the 2 new people with 100 personal points. So those are 4 in total, 4 people. And they will get an extra 2,300. And if now the following month they earn 2 more people with 100 personal points and they become executive manager, then again you earn another 3,600. This is in addition to your monthly bonuses that you earn. Let me use again Alice to demonstrate this. Alice has sponsored 4 people already for this month of February. All of them, they have 48 points, all of them. Now, she is a senior manager. So if by end of this month, let's say she earns 2 more new people, and all these six, they have 100 points. So they are topping up the remaining 52 points or so. Of course, encourage them to step up to senior manager or at least a manager. And if not possible completely, then at least even 100 personal points. But remember, 250 is better than 100 because they will earn a bonus. So they have done 100 points, all of them, the 6 of them. And your total points for February alone is 2,000 points. Then automatically, by end of this month, you will earn the executive manager incentive, that is 3,600. But if you were a distributor at the beginning you were a distributor anyway, at the beginning of the contest because you joined last month. Yes, so you will earn 1,100 plus 2,300 plus that the 600, that is a 7,000 in total. I mean, surely that's a good way of starting off your business. So let's make sure that we are earning these incentives. And unless there are any questions, I will want to stop at that. And I believe that as a senior managers, we are ready to translate to directors, all of us, 100%. And by the end of this month, we'll be celebrating you big time. I wish you the very best. If there's any question, you can ask in 1 minute, and then we call it a meeting.